I'm talking about posting anybody his middle name is not Danger wants to come on our show. Because Riker be all about it.
He's desperate.
Hope I'm not live. Why is that playing?
We are playing. We're live.
Did you click on it?
Yep.
And we talking mad shit? Sorry, Riker.
I went live right at 7.
What's that?
I went live right at 7. So
okay. Well, no one's watching anyway. I paid attention to the first episode or the first couple minutes. So first and foremost, I wanted to bring up the fact that we had talked about John Travolta for 2 episodes in a row, kind of talking shit, making fun of his son. And again, until John calls me up and says that that's not how he died. It's the truth in my world.
Yeah.
Within that, Kelly Preston, who was his wife, passed away from breast cancer.
Ooh.
Which, yeah, I feel bad because, one, I didn't know she had breast cancer.
For some reason, I was hoping it was suicide.
Oh, that'd have been, yeah. I'm glad it wasn't corona.
Yeah.
She's probably the only person in 2020 that didn't die of corona. But I was thinking too when I saw that she died, I was like, ooh, this is going to be interesting. I'm wondering where this is going. And because she was, once the whole Scientology thing kind of blew up and all that stuff, she was silent. Like she never came out. So I don't know, like Scientology was suppressing her because Tom Cruise's wife like lost her shit for a while because of Scientology.
Yeah, Megan.
I don't think I can leave her name.
Yeah, she was in Batman Begins.
Was she?
Yeah.
Let me look up Thomas Mapother's wiki.
Yeah, I remember he had that scandal because he went on Oprah and started jumping on the fucking couch.
Yes.
I'm getting married.
Mimi Rogers.
Oh, Mimi Rogers
was the first wife.
Oh, okay.
And then Nicole Kidman, and then Katie Holmes. But Katie Holmes kind of lost her shit.
Why was I thinking Megan?
I don't even know. But yeah, she kind of. But then Nicole Kidman never said anything about it, and or that maybe she got out soon enough. But they were married for 11 years.
Now Tom Cruise, Nicole Kidman.
Yeah, 11 years. I had no idea it was that long.
Yeah, I thought I was shorter lived than that. She's got to be taller than him. She just looks tall.
Oh, easily.
You know, I like very few of the movies that she's in. She's just got that resting bitch face that just makes me feel uncomfortable.
Yeah, she's got an odd look. And she's crackhead skinny. I don't like that.
Yeah.
The only one I can get away with that is, I don't know. I'm oddly attracted to Gwyneth Paltrow. I'm not really into blondes, but there's something about her. But she's gotten crazy recently.
Yes.
With her whole vagina thing. So
she's like really into homeopathic medicine, has her own homeopathic medicine company.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's a little bit weird with it.
Okay, so Nicole Kidman is 5'11", and Keith Urban's 5'10". That's why she's kind of balanced. Damn, Charlize Theron is 5'10" as well. Didn't see that coming. Oh, we got sidetracked. But yeah, like it's probably the only. I was big into Meg Ryan, but okay, going back to Kelly Preston. She was probably one of the first.
I'm having a hard time picturing her face.
Who?
Kelly Preston.
She was. Oh, we're gonna show you something here in a second. So she was probably one of the first in the '80s when I, discovered late night HBO shows and things of that nature. And she was probably one of the first girls that I ever paid attention to. It was her and Leah Thompson. Both kind of.
I don't remember seeing her in anything.
Oh, yeah, I got you. Hold on, let me share my screen here. So this was share that screen. Oops, I didn't do the audio, did I? I didn't. Somebody cancel. Sorry, people. Share screen. Share audio.
It didn't check it, did it?
There we go. So yeah, so this is like this was Secret Admirer in the 80s. And this scene, so this is like around Ponyboy from whatchamacallit? Wow.
Ponyboy.
The Outsiders.
Tony.
It was Ponyboy Curtis. Have you seen The Outsiders?
Yes, of course.
Yeah. So he pretty much piggybacking off of that. Then he was in this movie Secret Admirer where he was, I want to say he was like he was kind of an average dude, but she was the end all be all hot chick that you wanted to get. And then so it's kind of like the running theme of the 80s where the girl that your best friend who was smoking hot but kind of they play her down in the beginning. You just don't notice her, and then all of a sudden, at the end of the movie, you notice her.
Mm-hmm.
And so the girl he was after was Kelly Preston, and the girl his best friend was Lori Loughlin, a younger version of her. And so this was in the 80s, and like this is the first movie. And then when she died, that's what popped in my head because does it have sound?
Negative.
What happened?
I don't think it worked when you clicked the.
All right. So anyway, so he finally it culminates in like the end of the year, like a senior. I'm gonna get this, like a senior party. And how do I stop sharing? I don't know what's going on. I haven't changed any settings. So share my screen, share my audio.
Yeah, try it now. Yeah.
Grab that. Now share. A little bit.
Move to
Yeah, so it's the end of the year party, and that's when they agreed to have sex for the first time. And then this is kind of how.
Okay. Ow!
So there's a whole party going on downstairs. Oops.
Well, what do you want me to do?
Do it right.
Thought I was.
Here.
Like everybody kind of knew this was going down.
Yeah.
And it all starts with like letters that he didn't write to her.
Oh my
She
God.
found him thinking he wrote them to her, and that's how she fell in love with him.
It is. Try it again.
I don't want to.
But there they are. Those are the cause of the cancer. See them?
Mm-hmm.
And I think she did Space Camp right after this. So Space Camp, I think, was probably her biggest movie. And then she didn't really have a very large
No.
or long career in my mind.
Ooh, titties.
Yeah.
This is on YouTube?
Yeah, right? Yeah, that's where I found it. I just did a search of this particular movie.
Michael, when you get down there, you act like it was the best experience you've ever had. I don't want anyone to know about this.
Yeah.
And so that was his best friend. And as most movies, like as it goes along, and she's falling apart because he realized that he's getting away from her, and
Thanks,
he
Tony.
doesn't see her the way she sees her.
Okay, my thing is, what high school kid wears pleated pants to a party?
Okay, this is in the 80s.
I guess.
I don't know when this came out, but
Did you ever wear pants with pleats?
not that I can think of. Not that I can think of. I hope not. So that was the movie that kind of did it for me. Maybe because I saw her boobs for the first time, and then now those boobs are gone. They were the cause of her death. It makes me feel sad. Maybe she keep thinking deep down inside that she could have got them removed, but she know that was what got Dr. Chada on her jock, so she left him.
John Travolta's really going to take a turn for the worse. Because I remember when his son died, he started doing weird fucking movies.
Yeah.
And he just did a movie that came out recently that I watched a review of. And the guy reviewing the movie, it was so bad that it was good. Let me tell you what to look up here.
All right.
It was fucking directed by Limp Bizkit.
Fred Durst or whatever. What is his name?
Yes.
Is that right? Fred Durst? I keep going. Okay.
And he has like this terrible wig mullet. And
yeah, I don't understand that. You've got the money to do the right thing as far as your hair. There's been a couple movies, and then he'll have some movies with really shitty haircuts, and then the next movie he'll be like, "Wow, I got enough flowing locks." All right, so where are we at?
let's see. Yeah, give me alphabetical. It's got his movies here, but it's in no particular order.
Of course not. So you on would you look it up?
I looked up John Travolta IMDb.
Wow. IMDb used to be cool.
Mm-hmm.
And then, do you know I have an IMDb account?
What for?
I was in 2 movies.
Oh yeah, that's right. Are you in the Screen Actors Guild?
No. It's funny. You were talking about that day with someone else. But in order to be in the Screen Actors Guild, as far as I know, you have to be in 3 SAG sanctioned movies. And then you get 3 vouchers. And then the 3rd voucher, you become eligible for SAG. So it's kind of a drawn out process. Because once you're in, you're kind of locked in, and money goes up. They got to pay you more, and you get residuals as well. Let's see. All right, guys. If it's what the hell, we're
The
looking for.
Fanatic. That's what it's fucking called. The Fanatic.
Okay.
And it's outrageously bad. Like I watched a few scenes in it, and it is bizarre because he plays this guy who's obsessed with an actor, and the actor he's obsessed with is the guy from Final Destination. I can't remember his name.
Like Sawa. What's the
Yes,
name
yeah,
is?
Devin.
Yeah.
Devin Sawa, yeah. And he's God, it's such a bizarre looking movie. The character he plays is just awful.
I want to watch the trailer. Did you watch the whole movie or just a little bit?
No, there's no way I could have sat through that.
So let's watch the trailer and go from there. Maybe. Oh. So this is the trailer for John Travolta's The Fanatic, his most recent movie. And why isn't that playing? Am I doing something? That's his mouse. Rated R because of his hair. You are a fan.
It's a pleasure to meet you, Mr. Nothing.
Yeah, his fucking name is Moose.
Right?
That's enough.
I need to get an autograph. Don't let him do this to me. I'm a fan. I'm a number one fan. Is it difficult to find famous people's houses?
Oh, the hair.
Yeah.
You have to be careful. I don't want you to be accused of stalking.
Hey, you can't just come to my private residence looking for me. Listen, pal, I don't know how you found me, but I don't ever want to see you in this neighborhood again.
Even the trailer's kind of low budget.
Oh yeah, the whole thing is just.
I just wanted an autograph.
Wait! Do you mind?
Nothing about that trailer makes you want to watch it. Zero.
No, there's no way.
So I was never a Devin Sawa fan in the beginning. Like Final Destination was good,
Mhm.
but then everything after that. Oh, he was in Idle Hands. That was kind of funny. That was a good.
That's a cult classic.
Yeah. So I'll give him for that, but there's nothing else that he's ever done. I think they're really like, oh, he's gonna be the next coming as far as
Yeah.
actors. But so that I would have watched probably just to see him. So he was almost unrecognizable. Had you not told me who he was, I probably wouldn't have known that was him right away.
Yeah, he's aged.
But then the hair
Awful.
of John Travolta.
It's like they shaved his head and just taped a fucking dead fucking rat to the top of it.
Yeah. And it's like you have enough money to get plugs. Every actor in Hollywood, it's impossible that every actor in Hollywood has a full head of hair these days. So we know people are running around with hair plugs. Because look at take Tosh.0. When he first started, he was half bald. And then
Really?
yeah, if you go to the early Tosh.0 episodes, let's go to see. So to go back to the early stuff. And hopefully there's a. Yeah, now his hair's all thick and flowing. Same with Steve Carell.
Really?
Early in the office, he was thinning, and then why is this not scrolling? I gotta get used to this. Damn, it's not letting me. Oh, because I clicked the. There we go. See how far it goes back. I don't have. Season. Let me go to playlist. But yeah, early. Oh, because he didn't have his YouTube channel back then, I guess. But yeah, he was thinning real bad, and then all of a sudden, like a season later, head was all full of nice and thick and flowing. And same with Steve Carell.
You know, I'm considering having that done.
I probably will at some point. Just because the newer one, they have the FUE or FUE or
The follicle transplant.
yeah, and they just take it from different places
Yeah.
and put it up there, so they're not just taking a strip or anything like that. And so
Yeah.
you catch it now. You're in your 20s still, right?
29,
yet?
be 30 in October.
Okay. So yeah, you're still good. You got another 10 years of potential loss. But if you start now, take some of the, was it Fenstred or whatever the medication is, and it'll stop. You give up your sex drive too, but
Really?
do you want hair?
Oh, yeah, because it stops that testosterone.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's what makes you go bald, is that certain type of testosterone.
Yeah. Do you want hair? You want to fuck? Like,
Yeah, that's
no one knows you're shitty in your bed. Everybody knows you're bald.
true.
So it's
Well, you can always supplement that, get some drugs that make you want to fuck.
pump it up, get a fluffer on the side.
A fluffer?
I think if you took that, if you mix steroids with, if you're going to spend the money to get the plugs, you just might as well have it shaved and have it all done. I'm sure there's ways of knowing which ones are going to fall out in advance. They've got like the technology has to be there for that. It's like you're losing it in this pattern. It's probably going to go here, so we can go ahead and just shave your head down and then remove those and put the new ones in. I don't know.
I think that a big reason that I'm thinning on top as much as I am is because of my drug use.
You think so? I've never done the research. I don't know if there's any correlation, but
because I would be severely dehydrated, and when you're dehydrated, you can start losing hair.
Really,
Yeah,
that's interesting.
I would get severely dehydrated for days, weeks at a time.
But does it bother you? I started losing my hair in my early 20s.
I don't like the way it looks. I mean, because I'll look at it and be like, yeah, that looks fine. And then I'll see myself on camera later and it's just like, Jesus, I am going bald. So I don't know. I don't like the way it looks in bright light.
Okay.
So any time I'm out in the sun, it's just like, man, I look like I'm in denial. It's like trying to hold on to that last bit of hair,
But you don't grow it out and comb it over. But you still have a solid hairline.
Yeah.
That's what cracks me up when I see it, because it's my hairline receded. They started to recede early. That was the first thing to start going. Whereas your hairline is still there. So if you were to do the plugs, you could probably have a decent.
Well, yeah, because see, one reason I think it was the drug is because my genetics test said I'm very unlikely to go bald. It even says that in my genetics test, and I was thinking for sure I had the gene because my mother's father was bald, and my dad is bald. So I was like, man, I'm gonna fucking go bald.
You say it comes from your mother's side.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, the mother's father. Like I thought I was guaranteed to go bald because of that, and but I'm not, and I don't have the gene for it. So, but it turns out I have all the genetic markers for age-related macular degeneration. So I'm very likely to start like going blind in my 50s.
But you got 20/20 vision now, yeah, which is crazy. Yeah, I think because I have my grandfather's hairline, but I also have my grandfather's beard. My grandfather he went all white, like in his 50s. So I'm looking forward to that. As far as his hair, had a big old white beard, but the thickness and the fullness of the beard, I lucked out and got that. Unfortunately, I got his hairline, but I have his beard. So given the two, I'd rather have testosterone later on in life than to not. So when you're in your 20s and 30s, it sucks because women, I may have full flowing locks, and then again into your 40s, it's like, yeah, but I can still fuck. So
yeah,
I still have a raging hard on when I wake up in the morning. It's like fucking like it's annoying.
Nice.
I can't sleep on my belly, and I'll probably have that. So when mine drops to what it will become, it'll probably be normal levels for the average person with a full head of hair. So it's like you, yeah, silverback still getting it. So
good.
I assume I don't know any silverbacks. Harambe, I'm sure if he was still, may he rest in peace. But if he was still around, I'm sure he'd be putting in work. So I'm sad now because I had to bring him up. What's that?
I was gonna say something that's mildly racist.
Go ahead.
Do they call them mandingos? Is that a?
Oh, it's a tribe.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say like a big black guy who likes to fuck. Is that called
mandingo?
That's what I always heard. I don't know. I don't know if that's racist
that
or
is,
not.
No, when in the context that you just said it in is fucking racist. But I'm almost certain that it's like it's a tribe. I could be making that up. I'm making that up.
Oh shit. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know where I heard that term for the first time, but
According to the 2010 U.S. Census, Mandingo is the 27,918th most common surname in the United States, belonging to 859 individuals.
damn.
Mandingo is most common among white individuals.
Really?
Could you imagine your name being fucking Steve Mandingo?
Man, people would have the strangest perception of you.
Oh, wow. So, okay, we'll go to the Urban Dictionary, which pops up first. For some reason, I thought it was like a tribe because, like, Zulu and all that stuff you see all these movies.
Sure.
So, okay, African Mandingo is, according to, this Urban Dictionary, so you really can't trust it. See, it's the man's private parts. That's the stupid. African word for a man with a large penis. Gay slave owners would buy male slaves with the biggest penises I'm censoring, to have sex with him and his wife to keep the public or other whites from knowing he was gay. That went a little too deep, but that was more than the information I wanted to know. But yeah, I feel bad that I just straight up thought it was all this time. Oh, it must be like the Mandingo tribe. And it made sense when I said it out loud. I was like, oh, it must be true.
Yeah.
So my fault that's the white side coming through.
Yeah. Well, we're enlightening ourselves right now.
Absolutely. So I'm gonna make sure I put that in the description. I try to be as descriptive as possible.
Yeah. Gosh, I think I might have heard it in a Quentin Tarantino movie. He loves to throw the N-word around. He's obsessed with it.
It's I don't know, it's weird.
And he gets away with it too. I mean, I guess if his quality wasn't so good, he wouldn't be able to get away with it. If he couldn't tell.
He's got some solid films.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. Oh, Mandinka is a people.
Okay.
So that's where I got this. So I'm half right. Okay. So those of you that are fact checking me right now, Mandinka, Mandinka is a West African ethnic people. So a couple of days ago, I was bored out of my mind. And I clicked on Dark Web. It's a documentary on Hulu. It's one of the ones that kind of floated around, always popped up like they were just trying to tease me with it. So I clicked on it. It was retarded as far as documentaries go.
Really?
But it brought the attention of a group of men that call themselves incels.
Oh,
and they're like racist, like white supremacist, sexist group of people.
Oh, I'm thinking
they're involuntary celibate.
Yes, that's what I heard.
They call them. So the girl like coined it back in the 90s and had a blog and all this stuff, and then it just took off into a whole different direction. It's mostly men, but I'm sure it's open to everybody. I haven't dug deep into it because I know they get kind of radical.
Mm-hmm.
But the fact they're crying and whining and getting together and self-loathing because no one wants to have sex with them. That just blows my mind. Like I can't. First of all, get off the computer.
Yeah.
Go outside and meet somebody. But they glorify like rape culture and all this stuff and feel like entitled to sex. Like I don't know where this is coming from, but my mind was blown when I like came across them.
Yeah, because these are probably like just entitled white kids who are in the suburbs who just never had a girlfriend, and they're just like, everybody else gets to fuck. I want to get to fuck.
Yeah,
my turn.
Yeah, because you hear about it. Because what blows my mind, the internet. There's someone out there for everybody.
Yeah.
Like if you dig deep enough and go and make the right corners and make the right turns, there's somebody for everybody. In my day, before pagers, I grew up before answering machines. So if you weren't home to answer the phone and someone was calling you for a date or a hookup or something like that, you didn't answer, you just didn't get me. Not even that. When I was a kid, you didn't have hotel money because kids didn't have to work. My mom didn't work until I was already in my teens, I believe. Because she got bored after she raised me. She was like, I gotta go do something with my life. I don't remember her working as a child. My grandmother only had a job for a brief amount of time when my grandpa was in prison. So I tried to find the book. We'll talk about that in the next episode. I tried to find the book. I think I know where it is, but I'm not sure. And so I want to tell the story, but I want the book
Yeah.
to tell the two stories of how my grandfather went to prison and the story he told me versus the story of the book.
Okay.
So my grandmother only had a job during that time. And then when he got out of prison, he went to work, and then she was a stay-at-home mom. And so I grew up in the culture where you just, kind of stayed at home. Mom stayed at home and raising a child was a job. I didn't have to worry about it. When I got home, no one was there. And so it's weird how society thinks that a woman has to go and work and all this stuff, and they expect that. So I'm kind of old-fashioned in that way. But when it came to getting girls, you had to, that however long school was throughout the week to plan to get your sex on Friday, Saturday night. But again, you had to do this all by notes or conversations or in passing, because party lines came as I was older. There was no internet. You had to talk. You had to have the game. You had to convince a girl that, hey, I got a car, I don't have a job, and I don't think I have a place to go, but I really want to have sex with you. Let's figure this out. So it was a lot of planning, and you really had to earn it.
Yeah.
And then you grow up and you hear about rainbow parties and people just getting together for the sake of sex now. You do it all by texting. They all get together and they have sex. I'm like,
I'm in the wrong fucking generation.
Right. Women just giving it away. And then you hear about guys that are on the internet crying basically because they're involuntarily celibate, which makes no sense in my mind. It has to be something went wrong somewhere. I can't even understand what in your upbringing led you to believe that you're that big of a loser where the potential of having sex is not even out there. Even with there's so many apps out there now, not to mention you can pay for it.
Yeah, I mean, if you're that desperate, sometimes you got to take the girl who got fucked by her uncle.
Yeah.
You can't be picky. I've run into some strange ones on there. I've run into some strange women all over the place.
Oh, I got some doozies. Remember? Oh, man.
But it's just I know these type of women don't really have standards. Which I'm not saying that all women are like that. There's a particular type of woman who just wants to be loved, and their definition of love is a little bit crazy.
Right, and there's someone, because you got to think, as much as we think about sex, it's natural. We're still biological animals.
Mm-hmm.
As much as we think about sex, women got to be thinking that too. So society puts that standard upon people, and it's good to have morals and values, and a woman that's going to go out and give it around and all that stuff is looked down upon. But where's she going to get the practice? To me, having sex with a virgin as an adult just has no appeal to me whatsoever.
Oh, that makes me just think of Wedding Crashers, where she's like, "Oh God, it was so great. I was a virgin," and he's like, "No." Yeah, Vince Vaughn.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that doesn't even. Yeah, and then she latched on.
Yes.
I will find you.
Yes. Yes.
You look like that. That doesn't appeal to me at all. One, you go into a sexual contract with a person. You have expectations of their delivery and vice versa.
Mm-hmm.
Regardless of what's going on, everybody should be involved and try to get down as best as possible. If you're an adult, I have certain expectations. And so I want a woman, I think, that's had some experience and knows what she's doing prior to. Because we got to teach them and then all stuff, and then it just takes the awkwardness out of it. And then a lot of, I think, in relationships too, is if you're not fulfilled, a lot of people are afraid to ask because of the morals and all that stuff that society puts on people. And I want to be choked and spit on during, not me. I'm just saying.
Okay. Oh, good. I'm glad you clarified.
Oh, excuse me. I've had a burp this whole time. It was building up. Remember when you were young, you used to make out with a girl and you used to have that burp tucked in the back. Did that ever happen to you? You're all kissing, that burp's just creeping. I can't do this. If I burp in her face, she's not giving me any.
Yeah.
I'd be an involuntary celibate. Oh my God, I'm disgusting. All right, there we go. Sorry.
It's all right.
Some good stuff though. Where are we at with that? Oh, so yeah, you expect something from them, and they got to practice somehow. Now it's the ones who practice in public and let everybody know are the ones that paint the bad picture. You got to find the right guys, because guys, I was that guy that didn't kiss and tell.
Yeah, I know for a fact there's always somebody for somebody, because there's been times where I've gotten online and I've gotten desperate. And it only took me a few days to find someone else equally desperate.
Right. Yeah, they're
So,
out there.
Yeah.
That's what the internet. That's why the internet is the way it is.
I
Are you on
remember
Craigslist or where are you at?
Plenty of Fish. I
Okay.
remember, yeah, I went on a date and I went to go. So, but there was a couple of conditions. She had to bring her baby, and I had to pick her up at the battered woman shelter.
Wait, these your conditions or hers?
These are hers.
Okay.
yeah, not my conditions.
Like, okay, we're gonna get together, but you need to bring your baby.
And I'm gonna pick you up at the battered woman shelter.
Because that's where I'm dropping you off. Sorry.
No,
Oh,
yeah.
shit.
I actually had to pick her up down the block because they're not supposed to be like going out with men
Right.
while they're there.
Yeah.
But yeah, and the baby was either her father's or her father's friends. She didn't know. And
Wait, hold on. The
father of her baby was
also
either,
her dad.
Yeah, it could have been her father or her father's friend. They're both fucking her.
Why would she tell you that in the first conversations?
That is a good question. I don't know.
Do you know her name?
I totally forgot it. I totally spaced it.
That sucks. If that ever comes up, write that down. Okay, so go on.
Yeah, I took her out maybe one more time after that because I just brought her to my house and just to hang out and
Where you live now?
yeah, it was just awkward. I mean, it wasn't awkward because it was a kind of a fun time, but mostly it was just me
Playing with the baby.
playing with the baby, yeah. And then I was like, oh, all right, I'm just gonna get drunk and take her home. And then eventually I was like, yeah, it's done. I don't really want to hang out with you. Actually, I told her I told her she had health problems. She might have some health problems. She needed to lose weight. Wow. And because I just wanted to be as mean as possible, just to.
Okay, hold on. Rewind. You picked her up from a battered woman's shelter.
Yes.
And you wanted to be as mean as possible to a woman who not only has daddy's issues, but she's walking around with daddy's child, who is also, so her child is also her sibling.
Right.
And you want to be mean to her.
That was my thinking at the time. I'm not saying it's right.
Hell exists. There's a special place for Steve down there.
Yeah, I was just, I feel bad about it. I was not in a good place at that time. I was drinking a lot, and when I drink, I lack, sympathy and empathy. So,
okay. Did you guys have sex?
No.
Man. So now not only did you hate on her, you didn't even give her none. So it was probably a double whammy. I'm like, oh my God. He called me fat and that's why he doesn't want to have sex with me. Because I think the whole point of, again, expectations. We're going back to Mike Tyson and all that stuff. You picked her up.
I
from
wanted,
a shelter.
Yeah, I wanted to, but she was just kind of like, well, I need to wait. I want to put this off for a while. I don't want to get in the habit of just giving it out. I guess because she was giving it up to
her dad.
Yeah, and her dad's friends. So
I've already been to the mountaintop of bad decisions.
Yeah, exactly. I'm trying to get down.
Oh, so did it take place? Oh man, so we need to find her because you got to think, okay, it's either my dad's baby. So my baby's daddy is my daddy, or it's my baby daddy is my daddy's best friend.
Okay, so if you're fucking your daughter, do you get mad at your friend when he fucks her?
That's what I'm saying. Or did it go down at the same time?
Oh, yeah,
they were
like
sitting there drinking. Like, I bet you I can fuck your daughter better than you. I bet you hold my beer. You know what I'm saying? Like, how did this go down? Like, it's. Oh man, what up, Dusty? I missed we need to start paying more attention. I need to put it in front of
me. To the comments, yeah.
Yeah, he's long gone now, and I made the mistake last time. I made an effort in my mind this week that I would pay attention to comments, but I just because we get caught up in the conversation.
Yes.
And I'm enthralled. Now, how long ago was this? Because she might still be at the shelter.
God, what fucking year was this? This was 2013, 2014.
Wow. I wish she still had her name. I want to know where she is now. Because she's already, and the fact that she told you up front, because you only hung out like twice.
Yeah.
And prior to hanging out, you knew that the baby was her baby.
I didn't know that. I didn't know that until we got back to my place or whatever.
The first time.
Yeah.
And how'd that come out? Oh, by the way, because now it was awkward enough It's awkward enough that you brought the baby.
She was trying to explain why she was at the bed because she told me I was just picking her up at her house.
Okay. Oh.
And then I got there and she's like, "Can you actually park down the street?" And I was like, "Okay." And I got there and it's like a facility. At first I thought, "Oh shit, she's in a fucking mental hospital." Because I thought it was like a step down facility where, you know, they put people who are having like meltdowns and stuff. And I saw like it doesn't say explicitly battered women's shelter, but it says something about women on the sign. So I kind of had suspicions that it was something like that. And then she got in and she's like, "Yeah, I'm here because, yeah." And then my dad was really hard on me, and my dad's friend, I don't know. She explained that she ended up having sex with him, and then her dad wanted to have sex, and I don't know. It was really bizarre because I guess then she had a boyfriend after that who was beating on her, and that's another reason she was there.
Maybe keep the fact that you were fucking your dad a secret. Men wouldn't beat you. Like, I'm not saying that would drive me to beat any girl. I've never put my hand on a woman in my life, but it doesn't mean that I wouldn't want to because it's my dad. My baby daddy is my daddy.
Yeah, that would put a wedge in the relationship.
Yeah, like you appreciate the honesty. If you want to change the subject, by all means. But I appreciate the honesty on her part, but there's a time and a place.
Yeah. Skin of an onion. You gotta peel the layers back.
Yeah, because nothing would make me consider choking myself while jerking off.
Yeah.
Versus sex than a woman saying, "My dad hit this afternoon." Like,
yeah, and then at some point you're probably gonna meet the guy.
Yeah,
and then you're just it's like, "Here's your grandson, son." You know, like, what the fuck?
Yeah, because she's telling people, obviously,
yes,
you're a complete stranger.
Everyone knows his deepest, darkest secret. Who knows his daughter?
Yeah.
Oh man,
he's probably like we need to find him. He's probably a serial killer that no one knows about. Every time his girlfriend.
Yeah, I guess you could call it that.
Every time his girlfriend has sex with another man, he's got to kill them because now he knows that he's probably looking for you right now. So if you're out there, sir, we're just joking. So you way too grown. I don't even know what that means. What am I grown about? Why did it chime in, leave a comment, and bounce? Anyway, so yeah, he's probably killing people left and right. That's his full-time job is killing people who know.
What's the sentence for incest? Because I think she was I don't know if she was an adult. Yeah, she must have been. She must have been like.
Yeah, I don't even know because that's a crime of moral turpitude. So I don't. That's got to be.
Just having that on your record's got to be bad enough.
Yeah, and on him. Because of I akin it to like me. Like if I have sex with a patient, like that's one of the worst things you can ever do because I took advantage of their vulnerability with my cultural authority, essentially is what's going on. And I would assume a father-daughter would be no different because she looks up to him. And of course you're going to have a different type of love for that individual because I've had patients straight up ask me if I could go out with them. Like it's the weirdest thing. One, I remember I adjusted her neck and she's like, "You know, I've never dated a chiropractor before." And I'm like, awkward.
Yeah.
And then they always get out of jail free cards. Well, technically you can't because since I've adjusted you, we'd have to wait. I couldn't adjust you legally for another 6 months. And then we could start dating in 6 months. And by then they forget and move on and stuff like that. But it's happened.
Yes.
And so
yeah, those are the people who are like having daddy issues.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. And what kind of issues is she gonna have? She got her son's granddaddy issues.
You're right. God.
Wow. I wish you'd have kept track with her because those people I want to call.
It's just the type of relationship that you're not motivated to maintain.
And that's what you should have said. Like looking back, now we're going to have like a therapy session. Like looking back, she was probably in her deepest, darkest place and has a constant reminder that her dad has a little penis because she's carrying a little baby around. Because if you're having sex with your daughter, you're not trying to chase older women and do it because there's something wrong with him as well.
Mm-hmm.
And to allow your homie to hit it too.
Yeah.
Was she white?
Yes.
Okay. Not that matters, but I wanted to put it in his demographic. It's not a black type thing that I would.
Yeah, I feel bad the way I treated her. I mean, I was nice when I was with her. It's just that one day when I wanted her to stop contacting me, I was like, you're fat, you need to lose weight, you're gonna have health issues. I can't date you if you're gonna remain overweight.
Was she that bad?
No, it wasn't like that bad. I was just looking for reasons to end it,
Right.
And I wanted her to just be like
The fact that her dad had
I think I told her that, and then I was going to rehab, and they were taking my cell phone. Yeah.
And what's funny is I want to give you the benefit of the doubt, but hold on, let me drink. You threw me under the bus rather than telling the truth. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
So I can't say you've learned your lessons. Sometimes just because you could have been like, hey, like you got a lot of stuff going on, and I just really don't be a part of that.
Yeah, that's what I should have
That's the
said.
right answer.
I just have such a hard time being fucking direct. You know?
Oh man,
That would have been a clear statement like that would have been like understandable, rather than this clouded like, I don't like that you're fat, I'm going to rehab.
She's like, oh my god, he accepts me for my baby's daddy being my daddy.
Yeah, it's not that. It's none of these other issues that bug me. Yeah, I really sent the wrong message. Yeah, I feel bad about that. Yeah, that was I myself shouldn't have even been out exploring for women at that time in my life. I was just
okay, but it goes back to our original, what got this conversation going in the first place. You can overcome involuntary celibacy. Like you had to somehow you went all the way to the depths of Plenty of Fish. Like that's like
it didn't take long.
No, not like if you a little bit of effort in the internet world. Because
just have a couple classy looking pictures of yourself, a decent bio. And sometimes you just don't have to be 100% honest on those things. Like you don't have to say like, oh, I love playing computer games all day. You know, don't put that.
Right, because then you narrow it down to people who are into gamers.
Yeah.
Like you pigeonhole yourself.
Yeah, you got to write really broad. Like, I like hiking, but I also enjoy movies. I like to go out to eat. I enjoy this. You know, have a little bit of everything, and you're going to find somebody. And you gotta be the one taking the initiative, because all these women on there, they don't have to look.
Right.
They're getting messages from everybody constantly.
Yeah.
So it's like you gotta go out and find them and be like, hey, how's it going? Hey, what's up? And you gotta think they're getting messages from that say just hey, what's up? They probably get that like constantly, same exact message. How do you break the ice on an online messenger?
How I would do it is one of my profiles. I should love to troll. I don't like OkCupid as much because it's locked down too much, but Plenty of Fish has changed a lot, but I used to troll Plenty of Fish. Even when like dating and stuff like that, I was troll. I haven't been on there for quite a while, but it's a good place to troll and just to have a good time. But now they've blocked it down. I've been banned and blocked so many times.
Really?
Just from trolling. But for me, I would always be like, I'm sure, one, read their entire profile. They do it for a reason. The reason is they want to see if you're paying attention. If they put 3 or 4 paragraphs and you say, hey, how's it going? You're hot, want to see my dick? Zero is going to happen. Read the profile and say, oh my God, and then make a comment on something that she said and pose it as a question. So she isn't going like, oh, the curiosity's got her. She's compelled to reply because you asked a question. And then if she's interested from the picture, because I'm assuming she see the picture first. If she's interested from the picture, now she's going to reply and answer that question. And then at that point, you've opened the dialogue. But if you just think that you're entitled and she's just gonna, because the way I look, that she's, like you said, all the men that are bombarding her inbox, she's gonna pick you out of all of those. You got to give her a reason to pick you.
Yeah, and you can't be looking at dime quality women either.
Yeah, know your standards.
Yes.
Yeah, like what's going. Yeah, like be realistic.
If you want a woman with a flat stomach and big boobs and a big ass, you better have a fucking 6-pack and huge biceps or something, because they don't have to. They get to be picky.
Oh yeah, they give zero fucks about your feelings and your profile. If you
they want a guy with a fucking nice car, a 6-pack,
full head
of hair. Yeah.
But then the flip side, you read their profile, like it's funny because what they're looking for is not you, but what they describe is exactly you. That's the craziest thing. Every woman wants a man with a sense of humor and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But they all want all this other stuff. Like, what the hell? Like, why don't you meet me first? And let's hang out and let's go from there. Because any woman, and I sound like my dad, because my dad used to tell me, who I think I'm a watered down version of my biological father. He was kind of a rough looking man, but smooth talker. Like the gift of gab. I would just sit back, I would watch him like in awe. How he would talk to women. Like he'd always tell me, I just need 5 minutes. If I can get inside your ear, I've got him. I just need to be able to talk to him. And then I think that's why it was easy for me prior to the internet, because all conversations would take place face to face. And so my batting average was close to 1,000 because I just need to get your ear. I need to make you laugh. It's hard to make a person laugh through a Facebook post or something like that, because they're just reading words. They don't know you. And it's like my pickup line. It's funny because every woman will always say, "Oh, that never worked on me." It works on every single person. But again, I know my lane.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to go after a Megan Fox and drop this line on you because she's heard it a million times. Which is walking to a woman like, "Excuse me, I'm not trying to be rude. Do you find me attractive?" And they'd be like, "What?" Every single time, like, "What kind of question is that?" Well, if you don't, I don't want to waste your time and it defeats the purpose to continue this conversation. So in that moment, I've caught you off guard. So now you want to know because I posed you a question that allows you to respond, and now you're waiting for my response because like, what the fuck did this guy just say to me? So I've broken the ice. I've gotten your attention. So the ball is now in my court. And so when I come back with it, well, if you don't, I don't want to waste your time. And in her mind, oh my God, he's considerate. And then, if you don't find me attractive, then I've wasted your time, and there's no need to continue this conversation.
Yeah.
So now I've put out the potential of rejection for you. I've broken the ice. I've engaged you, and I've probably made you laugh, all with one question. At that moment, and this is the crazy thing, when you peel that question down and how I respond, and because they're thinking, well, shit, he must find me attractive. I kind of think him attractive, but I don't want to give him the upper hand. But if I say no, if I say yes, he may reject me, or is he about to reject me because he said that if I didn't, that he was going to walk away. And so and the women it cracks me up because no one's watching. Oh, there's one person I'm curious what they have to say, because it was a flawless. It always worked. And if they like, well, I have a boyfriend. Oh, I'm sorry. Are you happy?
Right.
If they hesitate,
Jesus, sorry,
so I'm looking for. I go off the Mike Tyson analogy. I stare at that individual until I see fear.
Okay.
And so when Mike Tyson was standing, he's like, because as soon as I see the fear, I know I've already won the match. Because as soon as I hit them, the amount of pressure that they're going to experience from that punch is going to shatter that fear and spread it throughout their entire body. So I would stand there and stare until I saw the fear. Once I saw it, I knew I had him. And so in that moment, I say, well. They're like, well, I have a boyfriend or a husband or whatever. I didn't care, because to me it was the hunt. And now, okay, I've got this perfect question and all this stuff. And if they hesitated at that moment, that was the fear of Mike Tyson was looking for. As soon as they hesitated, now they're unhappy, or the individual that they're with is not showing them any attention and all the stuff that I'm giving them in this moment. And from there, women just want to be seen, they want to be loved, and they want to be treated with respect.
Right.
And if you can convey that in a conversation, it's yours to do as you please. And then when you want to get rid of them, you tell them they're fat, and
Oh man,
and you move on with your life.
In that same time period, I also found this Korean chick who she also lived at home, and she wasn't really doing much with her life, which is fine. And she was big into computer games, which is cool. I wasn't a PC.
Was she American Korean, or her parents?
Yeah. Her dad was white Latino guy.
Okay.
And Korean mother, but it was fine. But then she was like, you don't really have much going on for you, so I don't think I want to continue this.
See, she did to you what you should have did to that one girl.
Yeah. And I was just thinking, bitch, you work at Walgreens. How the fuck are you gonna tell me I don't got anything? I don't have much going on. You don't have fucking shit going on either.
You're not even a manager.
Yeah, it's fucking cashier. I mean, I was unemployed at the time, but still, I mean, Walgreens cashier is not like
Right.
a huge step up.
And especially in like the Asian community.
Yeah, I mean, she was fun to hang out with, but didn't really go anywhere.
How'd you guys meet? Plenty of fish?
Yeah. And I think after that, I was like, all right, I need to slow it down. We had fun though. I mean, I didn't have any kind of bad time with her. It was worth the time spent there.
Have you been by that same Walgreens? See if she's still there.
Never went to see her at work. I just knew that she worked. She just told me she worked there. She might have been lying. Who knows? But I assume she was telling the truth. Yeah. God, it was just.
She may have been heir to the Walgreens fortune.
Nah, her dad is a fucking mechanic. I went over to her house once, and her dad was out there working on a car, and I was just trying to talk shop. I'm like, hey, yeah, that's standard or metric? Metric.
Oh, I hate those people.
Yeah, it's just like, okay, you're gonna be a fucking asshole.
Yeah, you give me every opportunity to engage.
Well, yeah, it's like now I think about it, I was probably like the fourth guy over there in the same month or something. And he was probably like, Jesus Christ, another one.
What do they got over there in the water? Walgreens water.
Yeah, but yeah. I think I would go. I don't know. I would do things differently now. I don't know. I'm just not that obsessed with finding somebody. I mean, I have someone now, but if I were to be single, I don't. At this point in my life, I wouldn't. I don't have the drive to be like, I need pussy. I need to find somebody. I need someone to make me happy, kind of shit.
Yeah, because it's a different driving force. When you're a kid, sex is the only unknown in your life. And so I think the pursuit is that. And then I think it's biological once you hit puberty and like you have this random boner. Like, why does this keep happening to me? I need to do something with it. And the body's saying, you need to put that into something.
Right.
And so that becomes the quest. Like, I got to pass this test. So I don't get my ass beat at home. And I'll put my penis in her.
Yeah. Yeah. It was fun being a kid. Man, if I could do high school over again, that would be fun.
I don't know if I wouldn't want to be.
I'd be less focused on relationships. I remember I was just like, I wanted to be in a relationship when I was in high school. Like, I need a girlfriend.
Right, because sex took work.
Yeah.
And so in order to it was hard to navigate. You knew who the easy girls were. For lack of, I don't know what the term was when you were in school. For us, it was the hoe or she was easy.
Yeah.
You knew who they were, but you didn't find that attractive because that's not how you understood love and all that stuff in your family dynamic, right? Like my mom and dad were together since I was 3 years old. So it's like, it wasn't, I saw love. My grandparents were together forever. You know, it's like through thick and thin. So like you had that and you want that type of relationship. And so you don't go for the easy prey. I think we're hunters by nature, but then at the same time, you have that natural urge. Like I want to put my penis in things. Like testosterone is pumping through my veins and it's coming out my pores. I need to put myself in something. But in order to do that, because you're designed to think, okay, one woman for the rest of your life. And so you hunt for that one. And they like to say, you're looking for your mom or whatever, but you're looking for that one woman that's going to please you and make you as happy as your dad makes your mom makes your dad happy, I guess.
Yeah, you're looking for something that fits that mold.
Right.
You know? Yeah, if I go back now, I'd be like, because the late, 10 years from high school, none of those relationships matter unless you ended up with that person. But for the most part, everyone you date in high school is a fucking faded memory by the time, 10 years later. Like right now, I literally keep in contact with no one I went into high school with at this point.
I have my BFF, and we've been friends before we were born. We were destined to be friends. Our parents were friends. Her mom hated the fuck out of me my entire life, and her entire life, she hated me with a passion for whatever reason. But she hated me, I think, in general for other reasons. But that's the only person that I've maintained steady contact with. And a few have come and go here and there, and I'll have conversations with them. But there's no saying because one, I just hated it. As soon as I left all the people behind.
Yeah.
Because then a lot of them, you look back because of Facebook and shit like that, you're looking back, a lot of them doing the same shit that we were doing 30 years ago.
Yeah, it's
You
like
just
agriculture.
yeah, you just drinking and getting together and acting stupid and barbecuing and just going through life and working your 9 to 5 and just being fucking miserable. Like I never understood that. I think maybe it's because I'm the only child. It's like you go your whole life by yourself. Everything was mine, and now I have to share my shit for the rest of my life. I can't do that, and so I don't think I was meant to be like that type of lifestyle.
So these incel guys, like, how did it just ended with them, not resolving their issues?
I don't know because I want to join some forums, but I'm afraid to go because I can get deep down in it because I want to start trolling. That's what'll happen. So when I was used to be in a trolling collective, there's me and two other women who used to join like Facebook groups and just see if we get kicked out of the groups. They're hard to get into now because of shit like that. They have questions and they vet you now. But back in the day, it was easy to get into Facebook groups and just troll. And I got into a flat Earth group, and I stayed in that group for probably a couple months. And I started to do the research so I could talk to lingo and all that stuff. And I got almost like too deep undercover to the point where I could see troll. I would troll people who were coming in to troll. And so that's why I don't want to join an incel group because I don't want to. Because I've joined like clan forums and stuff like that in the past when I lived in Oklahoma.
That makes me think. I just watched the documentary on Netflix called Alt-Right. Have you seen that on there?
I've seen it on there. I haven't watched it though. Is it good?
It's pretty good. It's got this black guy. I can't think of his name. He's kind of one of the main people that they follow in this documentary. He's similar to that. You remember that black guy we were talking about who tries to convert people from the Klan?
Get their hoods and stuff.
Yeah, I can't remember his name either off the top of my head, but he's also a blues pianist. This guy's very similar to that. He's part of the Antifa, the anti-fascist organization, right. And he tries to do the same thing. He goes to these protests. He tries to get people out of the alt-right, and but he kind of followed him around, and also followed this guy named Richard Spencer around. You know who Richard Spencer is?
I do not.
He coined the term alt-right, and he doesn't claim to be a white supremacist, but he believes in like separating, the races, and that white America should have their own section of the country, and then blacks and Mexicans and Asians would have their own part of the country. And
I don't believe that should be necessary, but I've been willing to try that out. Just out of curiosity.
And he goes into like, there's another guy too. Like they have these weird hierarchies, like where they're like, okay, well, Asians have higher IQ on average than white people, but white people do have superior genetics. And yeah, they go into all this and like why there's, even though that they have lesser IQ than Asians or whatever, they're still better and stronger and faster than everybody else. And then
where does the NBA, the NFL, and
so
all that stuff come into play with that superiority and everything else?
They don't really go into depth like debating these people like on these issues, but it's really interesting. And then they go and follow them to Charlottesville, South Carolina, when that protest was happening.
Right.
And it was brutal. They have all this footage. They're like, it was violent. It was fucking violent in that protest when they had that Unite the Right movement out there. The protesters and these right wingers were fucking going at it. Like there was guys with fucking guns and bats and fucking, they were fucking beating the shit out of each other over there. And then that guy drove his car through the crowd.
Yeah, the media dropped the ball on that one. We knew about the card, but I didn't know it was like they were getting down like that.
Oh man, they were fucking each other up. And it was brutal. I couldn't believe like the level of violence that was there. Which
cracks me up about that, like they were walking around with the Jews will not replace us and all that stuff, and then go to church.
Yeah, you will not replace. That's where they go around fucking shouting with like torches and shit. They're walking around. Yeah. You will not replace us. I didn't get that. Is that what they're referencing? Jews?
I think it was anti-Semitic, and the Jews will not replace us, and all that stuff. I'm like, what cracks me up? Because then you go to church, and you're all doing this behind the guise of religion, but Jesus was Jewish, which blows my mind.
Yeah, I don't know. It's
pick your battles.
Yeah. Jesus was a Jew. Yeah, it's worth a watch. Yeah, these alt-right guys are very interesting. I mean, they try so hard to like seem normal, and it's just like they're on that losing side. And at the end of the documentary, they're like, yeah, it's only going to get better for us. You know, everything's going to get better. And they said that either this event that's going to happen is going to upset the rich and cause a more even distribution of wealth throughout the population, or there's going to be a genocide. And they're like, I'm all for the genocide kind of thing.
Basically, who's going to be the one doing the genocide?
Yeah, there's not enough right.
The military full of blacks and Mexicans.
Yeah.
So like, you pick your battle. It's not going to be like the Civil War the first time.
Yeah, it's just bizarre. Like, yeah, he won't say that he's a white supremacist or whatever, but he's a white supremacist. Oh yeah, and he goes, "Hail victory." He walks around saying, "Hail victory." That just sounds fucking.
I mean, okay, then you go into that. So you go into like Hitler. Hitler wanted blonde hair, blue-eyed people because they were genetically recessive. He wanted basically an army of drones. That's why skinheads shave their head, because you don't have blonde hair.
Yeah, they were saying in this documentary that Hitler got a lot of his ideas from eugenics and like stuff from the United States, because at that same time, the United States was doing like forced sterilization of women in certain parts of the country, and you know, not allowing certain people to reproduce because they didn't want that their family lineage to continue because they were criminals.
The dudes that discovered, like Watson and Crick, one of them was discovered the DNA code was a white supremacist.
Really?
And then he was trying to find like towards I'm probably making half of this stuff up, but I know here recently he got just trashed in the world. I think it was the Watson guy, because he was looking for basically the superior white gene. Is what he was what the whole. I have to look it up and I can touch base on it later on in another episode. But I know that it came out that he thought white people were superior genetically, and that's what kind of got him deep into studying genetics and stuff, because he wanted to prove it.
Yeah, that's a losing battle.
Yeah, considering if you tap all of us, we all have roots in Africa.
Exactly.
There's no way around that.
Yep. We all go back to the same place. Yeah, and yeah, they were talking about like what do you consider black as a white supremacist? What if you know?
That's a good question.
You know, what if you had a black relative from 100 years ago, or there's been 20,000 white people in your lineage and one black person, or what if there's been 20,000 black people and one white person? You know, where do you draw the line about who's what?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And I think the world would change drastically if you had to you had to do a DNA test, and whatever was dominant, that was what you were listed on your birth certificate and your driver's license. You got people that are South African, so you're still African. So yeah, you put African American on your driver's license, shit would change real quick. And there was somebody showed me a travel agency was giving people a discount based on the percentage of like Mexican blood.
Really?
And people were getting upset because they had less. Like one person, you don't have any, no Mexican heritage. Like one guy was 27% Mexican, so he got 27% off on a cruise or a flight or something like that to Mexico.
That's interesting. Is that legal?
That I don't know. And it was like let me see if I can.
I'm not saying I don't want them to do it. It sounds like one of those things. Like, what if somebody was doing that and like, yeah, you got to be 20%. You got to be at least 15%, Caucasian to get the discount. People will be losing their shit.
Oh yeah.
Oh shit, we lost the feed here.
That's all right. We're still here, everybody. No one's listening anyway.
No, it's 8:04.
All right, we'll catch up with that one. Oh, here the airline offers. How long is it? It's 2 minutes. We can. That's hilarious. What's this guy doing? Share my screen. Share my sound. I have no idea what this person is doing now. Where's that sound coming from?
No idea. Oh, because it's it should be coming through the.
It's not really that low. Let me try it again.
Do you like Mexico?
No.
And when you
All right. So this airline offers DNA discounts to Mexican Americans. It starts off so
Company name.
it's awesome.
Mexico's first destination is America, but America's first destination is not Mexico. So we went to a typical American town to ask why they don't consider Mexico an option to travel to.
Would you consider going to Mexico?
No way.
The idea of going to Mexico is not something that I would foresee.
That's not my cup of tea.
Let me stay here in peace and let those folks stay on their side of the border.
Do you like tequila?
Yes.
Do you like burritos?
Yeah.
Do you like Mexico?
No.
When the company name is Aeromexico, well, so how do we increase USA flights to Mexico if a big part of Americans just don't like Mexico? According to the Department of Homeland Security, Mexican immigration goes as far as the 1800s settling in on the South, meaning that a big percentage of Mexican ascendants in the USA doesn't even know it yet. So we did a DNA test to prove it and turn those results into discounts. The more Mexican they are, the more discount they get.
Joshua, you are 18% Mexican.
Oh, wow.
So you get 18% out of Mexico. Charlotte, you are 14.4% Mexican. You're 22% Mexican.
That's bull.
You are 18% Mexican.
Well, that's better than you.
All right.
So you get 22% off the flight to Mexico.
Oh, come on now. Seriously? Okay. That's for real. So what if I want to take my wife?
Eligible for a 15% to go to Mexico. What do you think about that?
I love discounts.
Sorry, Betsy. You're only 3% Mexican.
So we kept giving discounts all over Southern America in our travel agencies. Inner discounts. There are no borders within us.
Yeah, I go to Mexico if they had Taco Bells on the street corners down there.
That's a person who's never had a real Mexican taco.
Yeah, they would go to Mexico and they want to go to fucking Taco Bell over there.
Yeah.
That's like saying, I want to go to Italy, but I hope they have a Domino's there. Like, what the hell?
Yeah, but like that I think they need to adopt that into American culture. It's like, yeah, get a DNA test. If you want to be a white supremacist, prove that you're 100% white, and we'll leave you alone. Because if you can prove that you're 100% white, I would support your supremacy all day long. Because you're the purest. If you're that pure, hell yeah, rock it.
Right.
So I mean, it's because it's absurd that people run around that this like, hey, the one guy was 22% Mexican. You're like, bullshit. Like he was pissed. Like, how dare you just tell me that I'm almost 25, almost a quarter?
Yeah, he was he was angry because he's the connotation is that Mexican is bad.
Right.
So it's interesting to see these people, because they don't realize they're being racist
At all.
And it's not like they're not being directly racist. They're just saying like, yeah, I don't like Mexico. It's because they have a perception of Mexicans and what Mexico is and how they act and what they are. And see, a lot of that stems from like Fox News. They call everybody illegals. A person can't be illegal. It's a status. It's not a state of being.
Right.
So, they get a bad rap because of like all the negative press they get.
Well, we're so arrogant as a country that we claimed, even though Mexico and Canada occupy North America, we're the only ones that run around calling ourselves Americans.
Right.
That just mind blowing me. Like,
yeah. You get called America. Someone talks about America. You're not thinking about Canada or Mexico.
You disregard South and North America as a whole.
Yeah. You automatically assume they're referencing the United States.
Yeah. Big old shit sandwich right in the middle.
Yeah. Yeah, my grandma was just they were talking about in this All Right documentary about how they're taking down statues and how why they should. And my grandma's just like, that is just disgusting that they're taking down these statues. I was like, they didn't keep any statues of Hitler in Germany, it's kind of like the same thing. She didn't say anything.
Yeah.
She laughed. She just laughed and she said, oh, yeah, I guess. But it's just like, they're not keeping statues of like, Himmler and Adolf Hitler and all these other people, like
Stalin. Like there's no
no one's out there like saying, well, protect these statues as part of history. It's true, that's part of history, but it doesn't mean that there needs to be like a public tribute to them.
Right.
They can put those statues somewhere else. They can be, they can be a part of the historical record inside a museum. You bring that statue into a museum and then have, explain who this person was and what they did. And then it's okay. But to have them out in public where it's
well, you can easily slap on a plaque that explains. You don't necessarily have to tear it down, but you make it known for tourists or whatever, or future generations, that this is what this person represented. Mm-hmm. There was a time when this person was honored. This was why, but this is what happened. And that what cracks me up is you have the people, oh, I'm American. I'm going to fly my American flag, and I'm going to fly my Confederate flag. Like, you can't represent the winners and the losers at the same time. Like, it makes zero sense. If you're proud to be an American, you represent America, by definition, you cannot have the same type of love and respect for the South and all this other the Confederate flag and what the Confederacy represented.
See, the Confederate flag to me, in Southern culture, I think when I think of Southern culture, I think of the Southern Belle, the Southern Gentleman, sweet tea, whiskey, these things like
NASCAR.
I think of all the good things, and I see the Confederate flag. I think, Rebel, Dukes of Hazzard, that kind of stuff.
I love that show.
It's hard for me to. I don't automatically connect it to, hate and slavery and killing and all that stuff. So, I think that's a lot of white people's problems. They only see the,
good.
The good.
Oh yeah, growing up, the General Lee was a dope ass car. Who didn't want a General Lee?
Right.
I didn't know what kind of car it was, but like who wouldn't want that car? Yeah. Like if someone says that, I'm gonna give you General Lee for free, I'd take it.
Yeah.
I put it in my garage and cover it up. Like, drive it at night with tinted windows, but I would take it because that car was dope. That was a part of my childhood. Because but there was no black people in the Dukes of Hazzard that I can recall, and so race was not an issue. And they did a really good job of making that whole thing not racist. And I think that we can just continue to do that. Still make white shows for white people, but don't cross over and make it political and do all that stuff. It's okay to be white and be proud of who you are. Like I am all about that. I'm proud to be half black. I'm very proud of that. I'm proud of both sides. I come from, I'm half Bohemian. I'm half, I don't know, because you stole me from another country and my ancestors came, and this is what it is. Like, I'm still proud to be an American individual.
We're gonna have to get you one of those DNA tests, 23andMe.
Yeah,
figure it out.
But regardless, I'm still proud to be an American. I'm proud to be of two separate cultures, and it's okay for everybody. I just wish people just be okay with everybody being who they are. But I don't like being called mulatto, because mulatto is a derogatory term.
Is it really?
Yeah, because essentially a mulatto was a young mule.
I always thought a mulatto just meant a white mother, black father, and Matif is white father, black mother.
Right. But a mulatto is a half donkey and a half horse. That's where it comes from. It's a Portuguese term.
Okay.
It's a Portuguese term for a young mule.
So Matif must be the same thing.
I had to look it up, but you got to go back. You got to peel back the layers of the word. And yeah, it became mulatto, became, half black, half white. But if you peel back where the word come from, you're calling me a fucking mule.
Yeah.
So but somebody, he's just mulatto. And then growing up, you thought, oh yeah, this is what I am. No big deal. I'd rather you have me call me a mulatto than a nigger. So
yeah, I never thought it was a derogatory term.
It doesn't apply to you. You never had to look it up and have to care what it means.
Yeah.
So
that makes me curious.
Makes you racist is what it makes
Well,
you.
I guess a little bit. I remember one time I called a black guy a Milano. He's like, "That's a fucking cookie."
Yeah, motherfucker, you're delicious.
I was like, "Oh yeah, that's right. That's a Milano is a cookie. That's right."
You threw your milk in his face and took off?
No, it was on Xbox Live.
Oh, Milano. Oh, it's probably that kid that grew up.
No, I used to troll people on Xbox Live big time.
I hate those people.
I would either pretend to be white trash or I'd pretend to be black. So I'd either troll black people or I'd troll white people.
Oh, it's fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got trolled. We were playing duos in Fortnite with this guy, and he's like, "Yeah, this is my brother's account, and it's my first time playing." Meanwhile, we're killing it right now. Like, we're just ripping through shit. And at the end of that, I think we got second. And he's like, "Oh, I was just kidding, bro. Do you like my girl's voice, though?" I'm like, I didn't even care, bro. I was playing the game. I really didn't care. Like, it's almost like he was offended that I didn't comment that he sounded good as a girl.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact that we had a conversation about it, like after the game was over, up until it cut us off. And I sat back and like, he was trying to convince me he was a girl, and then wanted praise for being good at it. But I didn't acknowledge it because I didn't care whether it was a girl or a boy, and all that stuff. And the way he was playing and the way he was portraying himself as being like, this is my brother's account. I'm just kind of getting used to the game. Like, no, you're playing like a pro. Like, we're crushing it right now. We're doing what we're supposed to be doing. And this is not a person that just picked up a controller. But I didn't care. I've been trying to get a damn duo win since the new season came. That's one of the ones that eluded me. You just need a solo, a duo, a squad, and then like an unknown. Don't know what the unknown is yet, but I've gotten the duo and the squads already. But the fact that he was upset that he was trolling me and I didn't take the bait. So sorry, that kind of brought everything to a screeching halt. But
yeah, there's a surprising amount of like severe racism on like gaming platforms.
Just who you are.
It's crazy. I mean, I could pretend to be black and people would just light me up. Like legit with like the worst racial slurs. And all I say is, "Oh, you mayonnaise eating motherfucker, white bread bitch," and people would lose their shit, call me all sorts of names. I'm like, yeah, I'm actually white.
We got to stream a couple. We got to do that.
And yeah,
we can play some Call of Duty and troll people and stream it.
Yeah. It's not as bad on PC, but on Xbox, I remember it was pretty severe. People like really love to throw it. Even when you're not black, they'll call like someone who does something that pisses them off. They'll just call them in the N-word. You fucking N-word.
Yeah, like that makes zero sense.
Yeah, it's just like that's the worst thing that they like. That's the worst word they know. So that's what they're gonna call you, whether you're white or black or whatever. They're just gonna call you that.
But it shows you how society is.
Yeah.
Like in his mind, that's worse than calling you a motherfucker.
Yeah.
I'm gonna call you a nigger and you're gonna be so mad.
Yeah.
And in my mind, I'm like, wow, thank you, because I made you so pissed off that you.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah, I've seen my friends do it. Even I mean, and I don't think that they're explicitly racist, but I remember we called up a liquor store, and the liquor store was like, "Hello," and he was like, "Yeah, we want to come by and pick some stuff." This is like Thanksgiving, and we wanted to go get more beer because we ran out and we were already pretty buzzed. And he's like, "Guys, yeah, hello," and he goes, "Oh no, we're closed." He goes, "Why the fuck did you answer the phone then, you fucking nigger?"
Are you serious?
Yeah. Then hangs the fucking phone.
That pisses me off too. Like I know you're closed and you answer the phone anyway.
Yeah.
If you're fucking closed, then I should get the voicemail.
Yeah. So, yeah, my friend called. I thought it was hilarious because like the guy obviously, I mean, I don't know how black. I don't want to say black people sound black, but he didn't sound black. You know what I mean?
Oh, I got called. So it was, I was still a teenager, and some of my friends he liked this girl, and so we called the girl up. And the dad answered the phone, and the dad wouldn't let us because it was like after hours. And so the dad wouldn't let us talk to her. And so we started talking shit to the dad. And at no point in my life have I ever sounded black. And maybe on purpose or whatever, just upbringing, I just never sounded that way. Now, if I hang out with a bunch of black people for an extended period of time, yeah, and I started to started necessarily pick up, but I switch, and you conform to the demographic. And so he's like, I can't remember what he said, but he's like, "You sound like a nigger," and blah blah, and hung up the phone. I was like, "Motherfucker." And all they do is, ooh, because I was the only black guy in the crew. And I was like, wow, okay.
How'd he know?
How do you not the case? Yeah, it wasn't as much as offended. Like that means he's so racist that he's gonna call anybody that.
Right.
It goes back to
yeah.
I don't sound black, and at no point was I portraying myself as to be anything other than just a person on the phone. So one of them knew where they lived. So we drove out to their house. We got a brick. I wrote, "I got your nigger," on a piece of paper. I rubber banded it to the brick and threw it through their picture window.
Oh shit!
And so
you got him.
Oh yeah, and I wish I would have been able to call him back later, but it was one of the things like
in
that moment, as soon as he unraveled that and said, "I got your nigger," the joy that would have come over me if I could have watched that. I could have died in that moment because when he hung up the phone, he's like, "I got that motherfucker." Regardless if I was correct or not, I showed him. No one's gonna be having sex with my daughter, but me and my buddy.
Yeah.
And then a brick comes flying through your window like an hour later.
Man, yeah, you got him.
With a note specific to the shit that you ran your mouth.
They never figured it out.
Oh, this is back before. We were teenagers,
right?
So it was impossible. And so, but and I couldn't tell you. I only hung out with those people for a short amount of time, so it was a small town. I'm not gonna say when because I guess the statute of limitations probably ran out by now, but still. But it was one of those moments like I just imagined him sitting in his living room like, fuck, I gotta pay for that window now because I opened my fucking mouth and my mouth got me in trouble. And I got a brick through my window for fucking trying to talk shit. And I got out trolled.
Yeah. He probably was just thinking, I can't believe I had these consequences for that.
Right. Oh yeah. How dare he?
Yeah. Like, it's just a word.
I don't. Oh yeah. And took your daughter like, I'm sorry, honey. We'll get undressed.
Yeah. Dale's coming over.
Yeah.
Get me a bush light on your way.
Oh my God. We need to find her. Please remember her name.
I probably intentionally blocked it from. I don't remember the Korean girl's name either.
Oh, there's tons of girls. We need to. We're already like 20 minutes, 22 minutes over. I mean, there's no deadline as far as when we can talk and when we can stop, but we just agreed on an hour.
Yeah.
But I got some stories. And so I'll try to find the book for next week. I'll try to find the book. Oh, deep fake porn. I wanted to get into that too.
Deep fake porn?
We'll talk about that on the next episode.
Okay.
And so I was like, holy shit. And I watched. We'll talk about the next episode. So we'll do deep fake porn. I'll try to find the book. Because my grandfather killed a biker.
Whoa.
And so, and the two stories. So I'll try to remember that. And then we'll talk about live links. Remember that? It was like chat lines.
Yes.
And so I got some crazy ass stories of the chicks that I've met on live links. We got caught up in your story and then time ran out, but that'll be the next one. So those are the things that I'll bring to the table.
We got a comment.
Who's that? Oh, it's my sister. Love you too. Who was even watching? Because they say something and then they bounce. So yeah, we're minute 22 in. So we're gonna go ahead and shut it down. But yeah, next week definitely tune in because I got some crazy ass stories. I wanted to get in on that one, but yours was so riveting with the baby daddy. Oh, that was fantastic. The fact that she told you that's just
yes. Why? I think because she just wanted to be accepted.
Right, but I'm thinking she didn't want to have sex. She just wanted to hang out with. I think she wanted to be accepted, and she also just wanted your companionship, and she wanted to be as truthful as possible.
Yeah, I think she was probably so used to spending time with her father and her father's friends, she just missed that male companionship.
Right,
hanging out with the guys, kind of thing. And she's in a home with all women, no men. She's looking for that connection.
Yeah, you got to suck my dick before you tell me some shit like that.
Yeah, it is. I don't think she realizes, but that's tough for people to hear. And that's that's not her fault. That's my fault as a person. Not because I should be able to hear that and just be like, okay, this is a person, and I'm going to accept this person for who they are. But it's tough because it's shocking. You don't think about things like that every day,
right? And there's zero because she told you she dropped it on you the first day, right?
Yes.
So there's nothing positive to compare your relationship and your time together to.
Right.
Like we put in a year's time and all this stuff, and we've been doing all this, and we're about to get married, and we're having these conversations, and blam, holy shit! But I don't want to give up this entire year that we've shared together over something that happened to you that I had no control over.
Exactly.
So let's sit down, let's talk about this. We'll work our way through it. But if I haven't even seen a nipple, and you're dropping this shit on me, yeah, get out of my house, fat girl.
Yeah.
Love the way you handled it too.
Yeah. brutal. Just mean. I was just mean about it because I thought that was like a surefire way to end a relationship.
Oh yeah,
It wasn't even a relationship. I just wanted her away from me, even as an acquaintance, just because I couldn't deal with it.
Oh, and she latched on because she told you the truth on the first night, and you saw her again.
Yes.
So
Yeah. She thought I have a winner.
She's like, "Oh, I love you."
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. She was right.
And I was nice. I was always nice to her too. Like I was never mean, except for that one text conversation where I said she was overweight and that if she needed to lose weight, if she ever wanted to see me, I had to go to rehab.
And I say this: while you were sending her that text message calling her fat, she was signing her first name with your last name.
Yeah, maybe
on her scrapbook.
She was probably talking to her friends like, this guy's so nice. He played with my son. He was so good with my son. And then the next thing you know, bam.
I'm probably going to name I'm going to change my son's name to his.
Oh, shit.
When we get married and, I'm going to suck his dick so good. And then he blew it.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember the second time we hung out, she had to sneak out at night. And we had to go like down the street to the park. And,
bro, you were in.
Yeah. I mean, I could have locked it down if I wanted to. But
she was risking
getting
homelessness
to
be with.
Yeah, I mean, but to me, the effort that I have to put in to that relationship wasn't worth the return. Because I wasn't thinking long term, with that relationship. I was just thinking, what can I get from you now? What
yeah, that's the whole point of the internet, like instant gratification. Because a lot of I'll go into my.
And I think she was just like she was looking for LTR, long term relationship. I was not. I was looking for
Well, look at that. Where was she going to go after she left the shelter? Back to baby daddy. So.
Or maybe my house. Who knows?
Right. She was looking for. Yeah. Did she meet your grandma?
No.
Oh. We wait till the third day for that one.
I try to avoid that for as long as possible.
Gotcha. Yeah, it was over a year before I met her, so I can imagine what.
Yeah, she's yeah. I remember one time she did see that Korean girl once on accident. I didn't plan on for her to see her, but she did, and she goes, "Why can't you just bring home a white girl?"
No.
Yeah.
See, I love your grandma. Like your grandma's amazing. Like don't do this to me.
She's changed, but yeah, she's like, why can't you just bring home a nice white girl? And I don't want to see anybody. You bring home any other race or something like that. And I was like, oh, okay.
That's crazy. But yeah, but man, because at no point, hell, she didn't want to meet me the first time because she didn't have her hair done.
Yeah,
but we also built a relationship on the phone prior to meeting her. So.
Yeah, she's changed. She's changed a lot. She used to be a lot different. Her old age has definitely
pimped her out.
Yeah. All right, I think we better wrap it up.
Yeah. All right, whoever's out there, thank you for watching. See you next week. Hugs, not drugs.